that Supreme Court decision on Adeleke, I knew it was going to impact PEPT judgment, Jide Ojo says, Abi, because the Supreme Court gave the governorship, that APC governorship to Adeleke in Osun State instead of APC, and it's a government of APC. So he knew it was going to impact PEPT. They knew it was not going to happen again because everything went the way people wanted it for Adeleke. So on this presidential level, they knew that it wasn't going to go the same way anymore. So let's see what Jide Ojo has to say. An international election observer, Jide Ojo, has alleged that with the Supreme Court's stance on upholding the election of Senator Ademola Adeleke influenced the judgment of the presidential election tribunal to validate the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He explained that the Supreme Court decision on Osun State election clearly shows that the law did not provide a time frame for the uploading of the result. He stated further that the BVS was highlighted by the Supreme Court as the only means of justifying overvoting. So in an interview with AIT News, he said, in the case of Senator Ademola Adeleke in Osun, it was a split decision at the tribunal, but it was the minority decision that was upheld at the appellant court because the court of first instance nullified the election of Adeleke, and it was central that they were arguing over the issue of about 744 polling units and issues around BVAS and upholding of result. So from that Supreme Court decision on Adeleke, I knew it was going to impact the presidential election petition judgment because the Supreme Court decision was very emphatic on the role of BVS and what quantum of weight of evidence that you want to put on the use of BVS as a means of resolving dispute transmission or non-uploading of the result in a timely manner, because the law did not say under 10 hours or under 24 hours result must be uploaded. INEC said, though, our IREV had glitches, assuming without considering that was the time position. Now on the second day you start to upload. Did the law give a time frame for the uploading of this result? The answer is no. Wow. So what is Jide Ojo trying to say now? Okay, how? Just because the law did not tell the time frame that the result should be uploaded to the IREF portal, so it will affect. So it means that INEC will have the power to declare result at any point in time with what they have received, Abi. So at 33% of the upload, they can use 33% to declare winner, Abi. Or what is Jide Ojo trying to say? We understand what happened at Osun State between Ademola Adeleke and the former governor of Osun State, who was APC man. And it was actually the use of BVS that was used to resolve that matter, knowing fully well that BVS was used to validate all the votes. Even though the court of first instance in Osun State, I think in Ondo State sitting at Akure, was the one that cancelled the election. But when it got to Court of Appeal and up to Supreme Court, the election was upheld, okay, which was a minority idea, using the support from the use of the BVS, okay. So BVS provided the data for that judgment. So, but in this case, BVS could not provide data because the BVS was not used to transmit data. Data was not even transmitted as expected. It was transmitted skeletally. You understand? So now, Jide Ojo is coming to tell us that he knew it will affect it. All these ones are just speaking medicine after death. I don't see relationship here. Must everybody speak? As somebody saying, I have said it severally and ever before the judgment came out that made PDP and Adeleke dance, okay, and rejoice in Osun, will become a tragedy for Atiku and PDP at the tribunal. but it was victory for democracy then, and all eyes were not on judiciary as at that time, and the judiciary was uh, did uh, did not sell out at that time. But when the same principle became an albatross for the party that just then, the judiciary became corrupt. The judges became evil and deserving of insult and curses. Can you imagine? So this person is writing on behalf of APC, I'm sure. As at that time, judiciary was not a problem to PDP and everybody. But now, because the PDP did not win, is judiciary now is now receiving curses and all of that. Eh? I don't understand what these people are saying here. These are their views anyway. Everybody's entitled to his own opinion and views. The Supreme Court's position and judgment, which I agree with in total, especially in a climate like ours, where internet network efficiency cannot be trusted at all times in all locations, was correct, hailed and praised. But now the same is condemned, especially by the same people who uh, said that who that seems to them favor. What a confused and confusing set of people. Can you imagine? So with what we have done to you now, that's why they say Nigerians have very short memories. Look at what transpired during the election. Was it right? You ask people of a tribe not to come out if they're not voting Tinubu in Lagos. You rigged and used electoral violence. You did everything, beat people, did all manner of things. And so it's not an issue. And then you still went and call result when you have not started getting enough to call result. You are at 33% of collation. How can you use that 3% to pass an exam? I don't understand. And people are coming here now to justify it with flimsy excuses. How can we be so short-memored? That with all that happened during the presidential election, you saw how everything was manipulated in Lagos, in Abuja, even in Rivers State, and so many states. It's okay. If that is how Nigeria wants to be, so be it. No wahala. Someone say you will wait till kingdom come. Asiwaju Tinubu won the election. Shikina. No wahala now. Everybody is enjoying the dividend of democracy under Asiwaju. Don't worry. You will see whether you see Gary Chop before Christmas. You will see how suffering will be this Christmas for everybody. Abi, no wahala. The suffer not know APC or PDP or Labour Party. Everybody will suffer it. Meanwhile, those politicians already have more than enough in Abuja. They will not even know whether you have eaten or not. After they will come and put the Bugari in a sachet to come and give you as palliative, and you will gladly accept because you have sold your birthright. Very terrible people at this time. So thank you for listening. And let's have a comment on what Jide Ojo is saying.